Alright guys, so this is going to be our review on the Vagabond BKN 70 lipless crankbait. Really cool lipless crankbait, Japanese crankbait. This was actually suggested to me by Josh up there in Canada, so I hope you're watching this. Really cool lipless crankbait. Had a chance to go out and fish with it, and got some stuff I wanted to tell you guys about it, and we'll compare it against a couple other crankbaits that I have, so let's check it out. Alright, so the Vagabond BKN 70. You go to the Vagabond's website, and they've got two different websites. They've got a US version and a Japanese version, being that this is a Japanese bait. The US version doesn't have, or I couldn't find the BKN 70 even on that website. And then I went to the Japanese website, and they do have it on there, but unfortunately I can't read Japanese, so couldn't find out a ton of information on it, like if there was another version, like a smaller version or even a bigger version of this crankbait. So for now, we'll just say that this is the only size. According to Tackle Warehouse, it has a length of 2 3/4 inches and a weight of 0.64 ounce, and variable diving depth sinking lure. I'll take a measurement here, and you measure it from the ring to the front, and it's about 2 7/8 inches. And then if you take out that ring on the back, it's about 2 3/4 inches. It's the normal size that everybody seems to desire when they're looking for a lipless crankbait. Like this XR50 here. I like to show these crankbaits up against an XR50 or a red eye shad because a lot of people own them. And you can see that it's not much bigger than that XR50 size there. One thing that actually has in common with this XR50, you can notice this is a one knocker, is that this actually is a one knocker too. One knockers tend to not be very loud. They're more of a subtle approach as far as noise is concerned. So somebody they're looking for a really loud lipless crankbait, this will leave something to be desired for you because it's not real loud. And then I'll show you guys it's just a regular rattling XR50 there. So you get the idea that it's not real loud, but I don't think that that's the reason why you'd buy this lipless crankbait. The thing that I really liked about this lipless crankbait is that you can roll it slow, or you can burn it real fast. Crankbaits tend to be good at going fast or good at going slow. They don't really have both. They really don't shine doing both. And this one tends to shine doing both. What'll happen with a lipless crankbait that is a burner is that a burning crankbait to me will stay true. When you're rolling it back, it won't flatten out and do this number to you. It'll stay correct in the water when you're rolling it really fast, and this crankbait does that. But some crankbaits, when you do a slow roll to those burning crankbaits, they lose a lot of their vibration, and they almost just look like you're just running them through the water. They don't do this number at all. So this crankbait actually does both. So it's best of both worlds is what I think it does. So you look at the body of the crankbaits, you'll see that this is where the Vagabond really gets different. It's this fat belly, and the whole body of the crankbait isn't fat. You'll see the tail section is actually still very skinny there. Go ahead and flip it over here, and you can see that the back of the Vagabond is actually skinny. So it's just the belly. It just looks like an engorged bluegill or shad, what have you. You see that this says Vagabond, I'll show you on this one. It says Vagabond BKN 70. Hopefully you guys can see it there. There it is. So Vagabond BKN 70. Couldn't find out what the BKN stands for. Hopefully somebody will comment and let us know. While we're here, you'll see that scale pattern that's on there. It's actually etched or embossed into the body, as well as that raised gill plate there. So it's got nice features to the bait. On this one, this is an IU. It's actually got some painted on scale pattern there as well. So going back up here, and you guys get a better view of it. Two different size treble hooks on there, oval split ring, 3-dimensional holographic eyes. The eyes are very realistic looking. They look like they're those Boss 3D eyes that a lot of these companies are going towards these days. So very nice looking, ultra realistic looking eye there. I felt like the crankbait looked very real in the water, especially this foil pattern one. In fact, I think both of these are foil pattern ones. And generally speaking, foil pattern versions of these crankbaits, of any crankbaits, are not very durable. They tend to chip off. So that's something that we're going to have to just wait and see with this crankbait, just because foil just doesn't stick to plastic, seemingly doesn't stick to plastic very well. So they tend to flake off after a lot of use. So we'll just have to wait and see there. But I know that this IU one, I use it a lot, and it actually it looks ultra realistic in the water. The fact that it stays true in the water and it doesn't do this listing on you where it just turns on its side or anything like that is something that's very, very good, because a lot of these crankbaits they get so finicky when you're running them through the water that you got to find their butter zone is what I would call it, where you find out the retrieve speed that's perfect for the crankbait. And this crankbait, you can do it fast, you can do it slow, it doesn't really matter. So very, very cool in that respect. This color here is called IU. As you can tell, it's got that chartreuse dot there, which is what most of these IU colors have. Kind of like a dark brown, kind of a black head on it, and a gold top here, and then that fades into this foil silver pattern here, and then it's just a flat silver belly there. So very nice color, could be used in pretty much all different types of color water. So being that it's got that foil on it, but it's got a little bit of chartreuse in it, so it'll show up a little bit and stay in water as well. So this one's called IU. This next color we have here is called bluegill. They also have an RB bluegill, which is kind of like a transparent style bluegill, and then they have this foil pattern style bluegill. And it's really, really nice too. It looks, I don't want to say it looks very realistic, because it doesn't really look like a bluegill would look, but it's got very nice features to it is what I'll say. It's got a black back, kind of got this overall purple body to it with some green over here on the top and on the head. And it's got an orange throat and a white belly there. So there is bluegill. Alright guys, so cool little crankbait here. It's got pretty much a subtle vibration to it. It's overall a subtle crankbait. You're not going to feel a ton of it in the rod tip, especially on those long casts, but it does stay really true in the water, which is something that's very desirable in these lipless crankbaits. You know that when you're running it through the water, no matter what the speed is, it's going to run right. Another thing that you're going to want to know is it does tend to sink quick, so that will probably influence some of you guys when you're in your retrieve speeds. If you're fishing shallow, you'll probably want to fish it a little bit quicker so it doesn't sink all the way down to the bottom on you. For those of you guys that are fishing a little bit deeper, that quick sink will probably help you get it down there a little bit quicker. The fact that it does sink quick. So very nice little crankbait. I'm actually really glad that I got it. I'll probably end up picking up a couple more of these just because they are really, really nice. The plastic seems to be very, very high in quality. So if you guys get the opportunity to check them out, do so. $15.99. They're about in the same price range as a Lucky Craft crankbait, but I guarantee you guys, you won't be disappointed if you guys pick up one of these crankbaits. They seem to be very refined. So check them out if you guys get the opportunity. If you guys like the video, I appreciate it if you guys hit the like button down there in the lower left corner. And try to get a couple more reviews out for you. So stay tuned. Thanks a lot.